I'm trying to keep a bit of a cheery demeanor at the moment. I appreciate many of you watching this video might not be in the mood, and I understand that completely, but I've got a job to do. And again, the next couple of videos afterwards, I hope will bring a little bit of a smile to your face because I enjoy making these videos.
Welcome to the YouTube channel called Kung Fu Hot Dog. It contains opinions and attitudes from bygone eras that some snowflakes might find offensive. That said, please proceed and enjoy the insightful mind of this crazy man from the UK.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Video gaming in the 90s and the 2000s, what was so great about those times? Well, games were cheaper, they came out frequently, IGN was around when it had really beautiful hostesses and the ugly duckling they called Alana Pierce. You had people like Nolan North, Troy Baker, going back and forth with Greg Miller, who used to be all right then before, unfortunately, he shook hands and dicks with Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog and those Uncharted games, and he's been lost to us forever now, hasn't he? But these days, folks, you know that it is modern day gaming. What does that mean, Kung Fu? It means that people like Sucker Punch and Insomniac Games hire idiots to infiltrate their games with woke ideology. It's never going to stop until we remove every single one of these ridiculous, retarded, no talent hack clowns activists. And that's probably why that companies like Japan and South Korea might save gaming. Reluctantly, I've got to throw China into the mix as well. But what am I talking about today? Well, quite easy, really, because since Charlie Kirk's demise, his assassination, people feel that they can't really shut the fuck up and they have to come out and say something, thinking that they won't be touched by anybody, they can get away with whatever. But it seems the shoe is going to be on the other foot now, as you're about to see after my introduction, which is actually the opening titles, because this was just the introduction.
Watch this space.
The next half hour.
She brings you.
So take a look at this post from Grums. Sucker Punch dev celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. Ghost of Yotei is dead to me now. I would argue that this game has been dead to everybody since it was first announced last year, because Erika Ishii, the lead female voice game protagonist of a girl boss that nobody asked for, it should have been Jin Sakai carrying on the previous game, but oh no, that can't be. We have to force a girl boss upon you, not in that way, because we want you to play her. We want you to accept where we're going. Honestly, video gaming is so dead to me right now. It's true what Grums has said here. It is absolutely, I wouldn't even say Ghost of Yotei is dead to me. It's everything is dead. I mean, look, I'm going to get to GTA 6 as well, a game I'm not particularly excited for anymore as well. But again, now this post, which was actually made on September the 11th, and that's 24 years since the anniversary of 9/11. So this person called Drew, and wait until you see their profile because it's quite enlightening. They go by she, her, they live in Seattle.
I'm on the bed right now. I'm wearing something really outrageous.
I think you got the wrong number, lady, but I'll be right over.
This post got a lot of traction, and as Legacy Killer has said here, Legacy Killer HD, a number of other game devs have actually shared this post. Now, the post in question is this one right here. I hope this shooter's name is Mario, so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. Very sick, twisted joke. Again, now he's reposted from somebody calling themselves I don't give a fuck. He died doing what he loved, being a transphobic, racist bigot. Of course, because whenever I've liked a conservative person on YouTube, people on my left who I don't speak to anymore would say, why do you like this guy's stuff? Why do you like this? Why do you like that? When those same people, by the way, had no problem liking Chris Pratt when he played Star-Lord back in the good old days of the MCU, before it became the MCU. Those same people who are now hypocrites because apparently you're not thinking the same way that they do, because they see the world through a rainbow lens. So again, this is disgusting. I hate it. This game's going to be absolutely shit. And again, if you do believe the rumors out there, the actual retailers in America aren't stocking many pre-orders for Ghost of Yotei, so I think it's going to be pretty much dead in the water when it's released. And again, this post was liked by a number of game devs here, which is pretty disturbing. So Lee Cash, I don't know who that person is, people with pronouns in a biog, because they're obviously effed in the head, shall we say. It's sometimes a bit tricky to find words that you want to say without demonetizing yourself on YouTube. So who is this person that I'm talking about? So courtesy of Marvin Montanaro from thatpartplace.com, Drew Harrison, who is a female by all accounts, although whenever I've looked at this person's profile, I do actually question that. Which is a funny thing these days, isn't it, folks? Why do you think I don't date women at the moment? Because if I do meet somebody, the first question I will be asking is, are you a woman or are you a dude? Terrible, isn't it? It looks like I'll have to go to church to meet an actual biological fertile female. Now, reportedly, they have been fired from Sucker Punch after celebrating the Charlie Kirk tragedy. I would do it again 100 times stronger. So you're a fucking retard, basically. Again, you got your dream job. You should have been happy as... Actually, let me just pause the brakes for a minute here, folks, because if you're a game developer now and you get hired by Sucker Punch or Insomnia Games or Insomniac, why would you be happy? Why would you be elated? I mean, back in the 80s, if I was a bit older and I got hired by Marvel Comics in New York City to be a colorist or an artist, I was a pretty good illustrator back then. Not anymore, I've kind of lost the skill really. I would be doing cartwheels in the office. Today you can't be happy, because the reason why these activists are happy about being hired by a prominent game studio like Sucker Punch is because they only want to hire activists, nobody else. Anybody else who's way more talented than Mrs. Drew Harrison won't even get a shoe in the front door, will they? But back to the article, folks, because we just have to go through this ridiculous, nonsensical story. Now, that's her profile on Blue Sky Social. Bite me. No thanks, because you probably have many STDs. The fallout over senior Sucker Punch Productions developer mocking the death of Charlie Kirk has escalated. Drew Harrison, who served as a senior staff character, look dev and texture artist, I like the past tense sentence there, on Ghost of Tsushima, which is even more shameful now, and the upcoming sequel nobody gives a shit about, now appears to have been fired from the Sony-owned studio. That's her social media handle, or actually just her title, Drew Punching Nazis Till I Die. Okay, and of course when she says that, she means people like me and you, not the good folks from Germany. If standing up against fascism is what cost me my dream job of hell for 10 years, I would do it again 100 times stronger. Clearly she doesn't know what the meaning of the word fascism is and what it stands for. But again, if you believe in that, oh yeah, you're Nazi. Look who she reposted, by the way. Alyssa McCante. Got to say her name very carefully. And what does she say to a like of 183 people? A prominent right-wing streamer published a very dangerous YouTube article or video about the Kirk assassination yesterday. In it, he suggests political violence is 90% from the left and that the right will no longer bring a knife to a gunfight. Well, first of all, Alyssa, why don't you STFU for a start? She should do that, because every time she opens her mouth, shit just comes gushing out, because that's what Alyssa is good at doing. And also, again, I don't want this to become a political channel. It never has been. You can see the hidden politics in there anyway, but you know, we've got a march going on tomorrow in the UK. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but you know who I'm talking about. And it's funny that whenever these people go on a march, you got the left-wing people coming out, all the anti-racist this and anti-racist that, and they're the ones who actually antagonize the situation. which is hilarious. But then it seems that the really god-awful shitty police force that we have in this country now are on the side of the left people. That's it. They don't really want to take the side of anybody else because they've been instructed by this retarded government, who, by the way, are falling apart. And I can't wait to see the nuclear fallout of that. Oh my god, hilarious. On her Blue Sky account, Harrison defiantly admitted losing her position after her inflammatory posts declaring, and well, I've just read all of that stuff. Earlier, she told followers not to donate money to her, but to send support to activist organizations, praising Ghost of Yotei as a project made by 200 people I love dearly. Of course, clearly you love them and you loved your job, and that's now why you're going to be in the unemployment line at McDonald's. What Drew says here is maybe instead of emailing people's employers, y'all should be emailing your reps and demand gun control immediately. Again, they've said here, some of y'all have never heard of the critically acclaimed Mario Brothers franchise by Nintendo, and it shows. What has that got to do with this conversation about gun control? Oh, look at that. 2016 and 9 years later and 1 month. Oh dear, they've gone into hybrid status. What a shame. Silence from Sucker Punch, because again, the next video I'm talking about, folks, is another very big company, not in video gaming, that took a very similar approach. The studio has remained completely silent, except for their farts about the controversy. There's been no statement condemning or condoning Harrison's remarks, no formal acknowledgement of her reported firing, and no attempt to reassure fans about the upcoming Ghost of Yotei. Now, on top of all of this, folks, GTA 6. Do you think I'm very excited for this video game? Of course not. Yes, I've made about 3 videos regarding this so far, but they didn't do well, and I guess I'm not the GTA spokesman in this case, and that's fine. I'd rather play the old Saints Row games, to be honest. I thought they were way better than some of the OG GTA titles back in the day, and I love GTA 5, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest video game of all time. But this guy right here, Dark Viper Australia, it's really funny when you look this guy up, because in March of this year, I believe, he put out a statement. In fact, let me just get the statement up here for you, actually. Here we go. It's kind of funny now when you do a Google search that the AI overview comes up. So his name is Matthew Judge, an Australian YouTuber with 2.7 million subscribers, a Twitch streamer, and he's not a voice actor in the conventional sense. He posted a video on his YouTube, yeah, that's right. So he posted a YouTube video channel in March of this year, claiming to be a voice actor in GTA 6, and guess what? He's full of shit. And this is what he sounds like if you want to hear a dove cry.
Halfway through it, YouTube changed its algorithm. I've just been fucking tanked into the ground. It's not like
yeah,
I've died.
I'm not surprised, dude, because you have about as much charisma as an amoeba. So why am I surprised to even hear that? And it's very funny on his profile on X. Who follows him? 2 lefty-leaning lunatics. Cyberboy, that guy's full of shit, always wears a hoodie and sunglasses, cheats the YouTube algorithm, by the way, which is why he's got so many views and subscribers on his channel. And the Act Man, again, those guys, well, again, the Act Man especially used to be good back in the day, a complete fall off the cliff now in regards to his content. But DarkViperAU, yeah, this is the statement that he made. We are not dumb, gullible, or ignorant, Mr. GTA 6 voice actor. I hope Rockstar fires you or AI replaces you. And then regarding Charlie Kirk, millions unjustly die every year, sleeps. The most prominent racist of our age dies unjustly. This is a tragedy, a father, a human life. The guy helping get rid of the minorities. Wait, no, he was married. See what I mean? Total disregard, a lack of respect. The man has just passed away. He's left behind a wife and 2 children to look after themselves. But again, this guy obviously embittered now with 2.7 million viewers that he might be going into retirement. Well, judging by his sparkling personality, I can see that happening anytime soon. I'm actually glad this has happened. It just proves that Western gaming is dead and buried, because again, there should be a mandate. I mean, Sucker Punch and Insomniac Games, how do you vet your staff? Oh, I can tell you the answer. You don't, because you can't afford a third-party vetting company to go through your prospective employees' backtrack records and see what's actually hidden in there. I mean, look what happened to Peter Mandelson recently in the UK. Being friends with old Jeffers Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey, he's my bestest friend ever. And again, the people who vetted him did not do a thorough job, because if they saw that association with Epstein, they would have removed him from post a long time ago. So it's absolutely hilarious. But anyway, folks, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I'm trying to keep a bit of a cheery demeanor at the moment. I appreciate many of you watching this video might not be in the mood, and I understand that completely, but I've got a job to do. And again, the next couple of videos afterwards, I hope will bring a little bit of a smile to your face, because I enjoy making these videos. And yes, YouTube is doing their best to make a creator's life on here as miserable as possible, because they want to throw in more AI slop and replace us all. But as long as we're all alive and dandy, folks, that won't be happening anytime soon. And on that one, if you were me and if I were you, you should definitely return for the next video.
Tune in next time, Space Freaks, and hear your doobry go ping in the next gripping installment of
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Dream of me. I'll make your dreams come true. Everything's possible with me.